We have hit the second leg of the homestand here in Evansville, Indiana at historic Bossy Field as we get set for game one of three between the Joliet Slammers and the Evansville Otters. Both these teams are coming off of games with 8-6 final scores, but one of them unfortunately was not a win, and that loss came to the Otters. As we take you inside the broadcast booth, hello everybody, my name is Evan Patoka. Got a couple of guys up there that we haven't really shown too much love on the board side of things. Cohen Wilbanks, Dawil Almonte, freshly off of the injured list. See whenever he gets his first appearance in a while. But for now, it is the starter for Joliet. On the side is Eric Turner. You can see him right there as he's warming up, getting ready to go here for game one. It's the orange jerseys for Joliet. On the other side, there are the Otters and the home whites, says they are 4-0 in those home whites so far this season. It was a good series at home against Mississippi over the course of the weekend. They did lose game 3, 8-6. Mississippi ended up scoring 8 runs in the first 4 innings. The Otters tried to scrape and claw their way, come back, but ended up losing by 2. And still took the series, but were unable to complete the sweep. On the other side, Joliet beat Florence 8-6. That was back on Saturday because Sunday's game between Joliet and Florence ended up getting postponed. All of the Chicago area games, they were all playing in the area at once over the course of the weekend. There was some major rain in Chicago, so the games got postponed. But Joliet, after losing 6 straight, went back home and won both games Friday and Saturday against Florence. We'll be seeing Florence after this series at Thomas More Stadium. That's for the future, though. For right now, the Otters and the Slammers play for the first time this season. They're going to play each other 6 times. This week, on the 4th of July, we'll be in Joliet, and then in August, early August, we'll be back here for 3 more. Last year, the Otters ended up going 4-2 against Joliet after starting off the first series, losing 2 of 3. They ended up sweeping Joliet here at Bossy Field. Slammers, not too good of a team here at Bossy Field, and overall, they're 14-23 at the bottom, tied at the bottom with Mississippi in the West Division standings. For the Otters, their loss on Sunday brought them to 25-13. But Washington also lost to Lake Erie, so they're a game and a half back still. Seems like whenever the Otters win, Washington wins. Whenever the Otters lose, Washington loses. So we have not been able to make up any ground in the division with them. But this is the last conference opponent that we have not played yet this season. Joliet, the Slammers are, as mentioned before, coming off of a 2-game winning streak, but before that, they lost 6 straight. It was a bit of a rough stretch for Mike Pinto's squad. Mike Pinto and Andy McCauley fighting for the Frontier League leader in victories in a career. Both of them still hanging on, and I think they're in a little bit of a competition. But 6 straight, 3 to Mississippi, and then they got swept against Windy City before winning those 2 games against Florence. It was 8-6 on Saturday, 6-5 on Friday. That 8-6 game, Florence scored first in the first inning. They got a run across. Joliet scored 4 in the third. Both teams exchanged 2 runs in the fourth. Ended up making it 6-3. Florence scored 2 more in the 5th inning to make it 6-5, but ended up tying the game at 6 in the 7th inning, but Joliet was not going to let him come back as they scored 2 in the 8th to take the victory there. Ben Trambone got the save there, and Max Martzolf got the win. Joliet out-hit in that game, but ended up winning after Florence left 10 runners on base. Mississippi, mentioned before, they scored those 8 runs in the first 4 innings. That was off of Ben Petchke. The bullpen did great, though. Zenko, Thebe, Ekis, Valdez. And everybody is ready and warm to go for this one after the off day yesterday. It was a pretty nice off day. It was a nice, cool summer day compared to all the warmness that we've had so far over the last couple of weeks. And it's another decent day out today. It's only 78, which in terms of summer, it's not very much could be worse. It's next week we're worrying about, where it's going to be in the 90s. That's when summer really starts kicking in, and it is it's a little bit rough. JD Encarnacion's getting the start for the Otters. He has a 6.26 ERA in 23 innings this season. Had his worst outing of the season in his last one on the 17th against Lake Erie. Only threw 1 inning, gave up 8 hits, 5 earned. But the Otters ended up coming back from down 5 in the first to win 18-9. It was that game. That a very weird game that also got suspended. Kind of weird that was already almost a week ago. On the other side, Eric Turner is at a 5.12 ERA in 31 2/3 innings. His last outing was against his former team in the Windy City Thunderbolts. Through 5 innings, gave up 3 earned, 3 walks, including a homer. He's currently sitting at a 1-2 record. Both those losses were in back-to-back starts in the end of May. It'll be Turner starting off in this one. Tomorrow, it'll be Landon Williman taking on Gunnar Kynes. And then in game 3, it'll be Ryan Wiltsey against Ryan Daly. So a little bit of battle of the Ryans there in game 3. Before we head to Florence. After this, Joliet is going to head to, drumroll please, they're heading to Washington to continue this road trip. I'll send you to our PA announcer, Zane Claude Felter, for the national anthem, as we'll take a quick break on the Otters Digital Network.
Please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom. Those who now protected and pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice with the singing of our national anthem. This evening performed by Lindsay Alvey.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tonight's game balls delivered to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And not only does he have great hair, but he's got great seats. And to help me say those magical words to start every Otters game, we got Jackson here. What do we say, little guy? Play ball!
Nice pitch to catch your battery. The Evansville Otters. JD Encarnacion is on the plate. On the mound, Logan Brown behind the plate. Pitch catch battery is powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North River Road. 812-475-9000. It's time for the Mesker Park Zoo to Tampa, Florida's first date. Visit Mesker Park Zoo.
Ready to go here for the first game of 3 between the Otters and the Slammers. We'll take a look at the batting order. It's Ian Battipaglia leading off for Joliet. Tyler Cerny batting second with Blake Berry behind him. Jackson Valera is doing the DHing in the cleanup spot with Jackson Beeman behind him. Couple of Jacksons in a row for Joliet. Cam Sudo bats 6th with Peyton Carr at first, batting 7th. And then the bottom two, Patrick Ward 3rd and Brandon Heidel doing the catching. On the other side, it's Ponder, Jones, Pierce, Brown. You know him, you love him. Sam Linscott behind him batting 5th with Marcos Gonzalez batting 6th. LG Castillo, Blake Robertson, and TJ Salvaggio in the 9 spot. Just about to go here. JD Encarnacion doing the pitching for the Otters today. First pitch is called a strike at 6:35 exactly. Ian Battapaglia leading off. Swung on and missed. He's already down 0-2. Battapaglia has been one of the best hitters, if not the best hitter on this Joliet offense so far this season, leading the team in a lot of different statistical categories. That is just going to miss high. He leads the team in runs, hits, walks, stolen bases, but also strikeouts. He's got 41 of them this season. Hitting at a .313, and that's 42 as he goes down swinging. First K is out number 1 in the top of the first inning for Encarnacion. As we'll take a look at the defense behind Evansville. It is Robertson, Ponder, and Linscott. Left to right field. Third to first, it's Gonzalez, Salvaggio, Monty Jones, and Dennis Pierce with Logan Brown doing the catching for JD. Tyler Cerny batting his 5th game this season, one of the newer signings for Joliet, and he is pretty well known for his time at Indiana. He was with the Hoosiers for a few seasons, but signed this season out of Kentucky. Spent the 2026 season with the Wildcats. One of the younger guys in the league, only 22 years old. He's turning 23 in a couple weeks. 0-2 is a little high. Well, Joliet offensively, in terms of rankings, not necessarily the best. 16th in runs scored, 210 of them. 17th in hits. Dead last in doubles. They do not strike out too much, and they do walk a lot, but overall, in terms of batting average, .254, which is 16th out of 18 teams in the league. High fly ball. Moving to the center of the infield, and Salvaggio will run across Amani Jones's path to make the catch for out number 2. To be fair to TJ, he was calling it all the way, and the wind is pushing it past second base. Wind going left to right here. It was going, I think, right to left on Sunday against Mississippi. Blake Berry is up. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. It's a Tuesday game here at Bosse Field, and, you know, not too many fans on Tuesday games, just in general. So the chirping has already started, and it feels a lot louder than it might actually be just because the crowd's a little smaller today. See how that impacts the Joliet lineup here in the first. A little outside. It's 2-1. Well, Blake Berry has 9 home runs, 9 of the 35 for Joliet, which is a pretty good percentage. Inside, it's 3-1. Blake Berry has also been in the Frontier League for a while now. This is his 5th season. He was with Schaumburg for a few seasons, 2022 and 2023. Called a strike. It's a full count. Was with Joliet last season, though, 231 in 83 games. This season, hitting .303, 10 multi-hit games on the year. Fly ball, shallow right field. Amani Jones fighting the sun, but he will make the catch for out number 3. Well, an opposite start for JD than his last outing. 1-2-3 first, and we'll head to the bottom half. No score on the Otters Digital Network.
Taroni's pizza that he just handed off. Congratulations and enjoy that pizza from our friends at Taroni's.
Tonight's pitcher catcher battery for the visiting Joliet Slammers. Eric Turner is on the mound. Raymond Heidel behind the plate. Pitcher catcher battery is powered by the Answer Out Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Out Repair East, located at 2319 North Greenville Road or 812-475-9000.
First innings brought to you by the Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. A few of the players went to the Mesker Park Zoo yesterday to film some content for socials and also just interact with some animals. If you saw that on social media, that got posted, I think today, and it was a good time. I was there. It was a nice fun old time getting to walk around the zoo and seeing all the animals. It was Amani Jones, Nolan Thebe, Ben Petchke all getting to experience that. They got to feed a giraffe. They got to feed penguins. They got to feed birds. So if you want to take a look at that video, it is on the Otters social media at Evansville Otters on Instagram. John Ponder leads it off here against the starter, Eric Turner for Joliet. John Ponder was snubbed of Frontier League Player of the Week. I cannot believe that they did not choose him. It is a bit disappointing. We know how good John Ponder has been, though. He's now hitting at a 382, 35th game of the year. Did have an 0 for 2 on Sunday, but walked 3 times. That was after a 4 for 4 game with 4 runs scored. Last 5 games for Ponder, 11 for 21. Scored 10 times, doubled twice, hit a homer, drove in 7. 0-2, though, here against Turner. Fouled away. Ponder's homer on Saturday was his 4th of the year. A solo shot. Ponder, 2 of his homers have been solo homers. 2 have been 2-run shots. 2 have been at home. 2 have been on the road. Good little split there. 2 against lefties and 2 against righties. Just a very, very nice split there. Everything perfectly aligned as they should be. 1-2 here from Turner. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Encarnacion strikes out the first batter he sees in the top half of the first, and Turner does the same in the bottom.
Number 12, Amani Jones.
Ponder goes down swinging. That'll bring up Amani Jones, who last week was struggling a little bit, but ended up breaking that slump on Sunday with a 3 for 5 game. He's now hitting at a 291. 3 homers, 19 RBIs. Four for 22 in his last 5 games. If you take away the game on Sunday, it would make it 1 for 17 in 4 games. But had a nice little bounce back with 3 hits. That was his his third 3-hit game of the season. He also has a 4-hit game on the 19th of May against Gateway. That was his birthday. Remember that. He got 4 hits on his birthday. 1-1 is a little outside for ball 2. Fouled away. Makes it 2-2. Eric Turner, 5.12 ERA and 31 2/3. Was with both Schaumburg and Mississippi last season, and he has now pitched against both of them this year with Joliet. We were talking about this in the press box. I feel like you need to get some sort of award for playing for all 3 Chicago teams because he's done that now in 2 years. So I'm going to miss for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Turner to start off his outing today. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Dennis Pierce.
The first baseman, number 10, Dennis Pierce.
Turner had 2 games last year against the Otters. Pretty quick succession as well. He pitched on the 22nd of May. 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Then 5 days later, pitched against him again. Grounder to third. Throw to first from Ward is in time, and that is out number 3. So back-to-back 1-2-3 frames for Encarnacion and Eric Turner as we head to the second no score on the Otters Digital Network.
Luckily, we have animal wranglers that look just like animals that wrangle animals. We have Michaela is the zebra and Will the otter. They're going to do their best to wrangle up as many animals as they can. Whoever gets the most gets tickets for Vesper Park Zoo. You guys ready? Set? Go! Oh, this is going to be a close one. Fight over the hippo. You want to go with that hippo? All right. Let's give him a count and see who.
Hey Evansville, if you love the Evansville Otters, wait until you meet the ones at Vesper Park Zoo. Splashing, playing, and getting cuter than your buddy in Section G. Yeah, come see us 365 days a year from 9 till 4 p.m. at Vesper Park Zoo.
Will the otter is your winner.
Leading off, batting fourth, designated hitter, 14, Jackson Valera.
Top of the second inning here as JD Encarnacion is going to step back out there after throwing a 1-2-3 first. First pitch is called a strike to Jackson Valera, who leads off. It's Jackson, and Cam Pseudo. Valera and Beeman, the top 2, leading off the second inning. That one's fouled away. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. We're having some fun here with the Heads Construction read. We had somebody ask if they could place a bet on whether or not it would be over or under a certain amount of reads. Pop up onto the infield, and Encarnacion will catch it himself. Now, Dennis Pierce was running over there to try and scoop it away from him, but Encarnacion might as well just grab it himself, and that's out number 1.
Jackson Beeman.
That'll bring up Jackson Beeman. Called a strike. Well, for JD, he's getting up there in terms of his professional innings pitched. He's at 408 1/3 heading into today's game. We saw his 100th game in Lake Erie, that first Lake Erie road trip on the 11th. He's given up 5 earned runs now in back-to-back starts. After a pretty solid start to his starter career. A lot of starts in that sentence. 1-2 is Beeman calls his timeout. Remember, JD at the start of the season was on the inactive list, then was a reliever, and then with Dawil Almonte going on the IL, he became a starter. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that is strikeout number 2 for Encarnacion, and out number 2 in the second inning. Well, it's Relatively good pitching for both sides here to start off. Cam Pseudo called a strike. And then Encarnacion did not pitch last season. He got released by the Red Sox on February 28th of 2025. Didn't play in that year. So that swung on and missed. Is quickly 0-2 to Pseudo. 2024, though, he split time between Greenville in High A and Portland in Double A. 4.50 ERA in 40 innings with Greenville. Was the South Atlantic League Pitcher of the Week in mid-May. Got sent up to Portland and struggled there. It had a 9.10 ERA. And also had a stint on the IL. Popped up Amani Jones, pretty much the same spot that ended the first inning, will end the second inning for Encarnacion. As he throws another 1-2-3 frame. No one's reached base yet in this one as we head to the bottom of the second on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner gets to spend the rest of the game in the best seats in the house. And I say congratulations to Stacy Ashby. Stacy Ashby. Congratulations, you're the lucky winner of the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Come on down and enjoy the view for the rest of the game with your feet kicked up. Best seats in the house also means you have the best view of the Heritage Video Board and Honor Vision. Follow along with all of our video board action and be sure to visit heritagefederal.org for all of your banking needs. This is the J.E. Shekel Armor Protection Second Inning, founded in 1978. J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service, and construction company.
Second inning is brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service, and construction company. It has been nothing but outs for JD so far through 2 innings. Same on the other side for Turner, only threw 1 though, and he struck out both Ponder and Jones in order to get that 1-2-3 inning. There's another look at his stats right there. ERA at 5.12. 16 walks compared to 24 strikeouts. This is a pitching staff that is 10th in walks, the most walks in the Frontier League. 186. Don't really strike too many guys out. They have an ERA combined of 6, which is 9th in the league. So, a little bit of a middle-of-the-road pitching staff for Joliet. First pitch called a strike to Logan Brown, a very outside strike call there. Logan Brown's coming off of an 0 for 3. Did drive in a run on another squeeze play. There's a fly ball into right field, making the catch out there. Fighting the sun is Blake Berry, and that's out number 1. It's a brutal sun today. It might be a little bit of a cooler day than normal, but honestly, the field looks like it's brighter, which is not helping anybody's cause at this rate. Sam Linscott come up for his first at-bat of the day. First pitch called a strike. Well, Turner doesn't throw the fastest, only like 88 to 90 on the fastball. That's where the breaking stuff can really shine for Turner. Gave up 3 earned runs against his former team in his last start. That one's fouled away. It's 0-2.
An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction.
First start of the season for Turner was really good. He threw 6 scoreless and ended up beating that. Had his best start of the year against Mississippi on the 10th. 6 2/3 scoreless. Only 3 strikeouts. Still managed to get the win. That's his only win of the season. Another one fouled away.
Ditto.
Mentioned before, his 2 losses were in back-to-back starts. May 23rd against Washington. He only threw 1 inning. Gave up 4 runs. I'm guessing a high pitch count is probably what took him out of the game there. Then on the 29th against Gateway, he gave up 7 earned runs on 8 hits, which is a season high for him. 2 home runs as well, and earned the loss against Gateway as he strikes out Lynn Scott. He's already got 3 Ks today, and that's out number 2 in the bottom of the second.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez.
So no score, bottom 2. Both pitchers are looking very good so far to start off this one. Marcos Gonzalez hitting .500 in his last 5 games. Raises average up to .321. First pitch is called a strike. 2 doubles, 9 RBIs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts in those last 5 games, which included 3 straight 3-hit games. That was back in Lake Erie, and as well as the start of the Mississippi series. Has a multi-hit game in 4 of his last 5, and 0 for 4 on Saturday. A little damaging to the old last 5 games total in terms of stats, but Sunday had a 2 for 3. Little high. It's 1-2. Gonzalez now 11 multi-hit games on the year. 3 3-hit games. One, 2 here from Turner. Fouled back. Well, at least in this inning with if it is a 1-2-3, it is a very high pitch count 1-2-3 inning. Otters do have a home run in 4 straight games. Swung on and missed strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in each of the first 2 innings for Turner, as he's got 4 already. And we will head to the 3rd inning. No score, no offense, no anything. Here on the Otters Digital Network.
Home run derby. We've got Luca on the field. He's going to be spinning around that bat 10 times. Going to hit that there ball into that there net. If he does so, it's considered a home run. And we've got a wonderful prize. You ready, Luca? Remember, bat on the ground. I'm going to kick you out of here. Ready, set, go. Oh, strike 1. Strike on there. There you go. Walk off. D-Bag is Evansville's premier locally owned indoor baseball, softball training facility. Experience top-notch batting cages, automated pitching machines for fast pitch, baseball, and slow pitch softball. Personalized lessons, exciting camps, clinics, unforgettable birthday parties, and a pro shop filled with everything you need. Powered by Rollins. D-Bag's located on O'Hara Drive near the airport. Visit them 7 days a week for all your baseball and softball needs.
Leading off, batting 7th at first base, 9, Peyton Carr.
First pitch is a strike called to the leadoff man, Peyton Carr. We've seen 12 batters in this game. All of them have gotten out. Little low and away. It's 1-1. Peyton Carr leads it off. Bottom 3 in the order. It's Carr, it's Ward, and it's Heidel. 2 strikeouts here for Encarnacion. 4 for Turner. Check swing, and yes, he did. It's 1-2. Carr hitting at a 240 so far this season. 24 for 100, now in his 31st game. He's got 4 homers, 12 RBIs, and 7 more walks than strikeouts. He had a home run in his last game back on Saturday. Little high. It's 2-2. Trying to get another strikeout here for JD. There's a fly ball into right field. Going back is Linscott. He makes the catch, fighting the sun out there near the warning track. Well, that one just kind of kept on carrying, even though there's not really too much wind going anymore.
Patrick Ward.
Kept on carrying, 92 off the bat, 347. A little bit more towards the pole, might have been a home run. Patrick Ward up for his first at-bat of the day, 271 average. Another new-ish signing for Joliet, signed back on June the 2nd. 6'3", 175. A little bit of a lankier build for Patrick Ward. 1-1. Ward 1 homer, 4 RBIs. That homer was on the 9th against Mississippi. Swings and misses, and it's 1-2. Ward's last 5 games, he's 2 for 20. Slumping so far. 1-2. Fouled away off to the right side.
The overhead foul brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
I'm intrigued to see what the line is for how many Heads Construction reads we're going to get. 1-2's outside on the fastball. JD from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. Still don't know if I'm saying that right. 2-2. And called strike 3. Patrick Ward goes down looking, and that is the 3rd K of the day for Encarnacion. Now, already 7 strikeouts for both sides here, only in the top of the 3rd. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Brandon Heidel. 143, 1 homer, 7 RBIs on the year. This is his 12th game as he has a check swing strike. Well, San Pedro de Macorís is prone to producing a lot of good baseball players. Going through the list, I see Robbie Cano, I see Johnny Cueto, I see strike 2, and it's 0-2 now against Heidel. Tony Fernandez, Jorge Polanco, Miguel Sano, Alfonso Soriano, Sammy Sosa, Fernando Tatis, both of them. Jose Valverde, just a lot of guys coming from this place. That's a World Series winning squad right there, just from San Pedro de Macorís. Outside, it's 1-2. Encarnacion's been with the Red Sox between 2018 and 2025. Grounder over to short. Salvaggio had a little trouble getting it out. The glove is still able to make it to first in time for out number 3. So 9 up, 9 down here as it's 3 straight 1-2-3 innings for Encarnacion. Will head to the bottom of the 3rd, no score.
All right, who's ready to see some muscle? We're going to see if David has any. Is he going to show it off in tonight's Indiana Air National Guard push-up contest? All season long, fans are waiting for a chance to win a pair of season tickets for the 2027 campaign. So tonight we're going to see how many David can do in 30 seconds if we can put him at the top of the list. And Evan too, he's been trying. Eventually he'll get more than 3. All right, you ready, David? All right, all the way up, all the way down. Mark, get set, go. Cheer him on, everybody. We know that helps. Come on, Evan. Oh, good job. Nice one. 10 seconds. Now we need your help, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, what do you get? He's got 18.
3rd inning is brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. 15 up, 15 down between these two pitchers. Eric Turner has 2 scoreless. He'll face off against the bottom of the lineup for Evansville, LG Castillo, Blake Robertson, and TJ Salvaggio.
Leading off, batting 7th, the designated hitter, number 6, LG Castillo.
Well, LG Castillo hit a nice 3-run homer on Sunday. Ended up making the game 4-2. That was the only lead, though, that the Otters had all day on Sunday, as Mississippi ended up scoring 3 in the next half inning, 3 in the next inning after that one in the 4th, and never relinquished their lead since then. Mississippi is currently back home playing against Lake Erie. That's a 6-game series over there. First pitch is a ball to Castillo. Last 5 games, 7 for 19. Homer, 7 RBIs, and 4 strikeouts. Ended up lowering his average after the series against Mississippi from 405 to 385, which is still, it can't complain, obviously. Both of his home runs have been 3-run shots, though. Inside, it's 2-1. Castillo had a bit of a crazy last weekend. 6 straight multi-hit games. 4 straight 3-hit games. That was from June 11th to the 17th, that little stretch. There's a fly ball into deep left field, and making the running grab out there is Pseudo for out number 1. A good piece of hitting from LG, but already playing back over there with Pseudo, and he's able to make the catch.
Batting 8th, the left fielder, number 31, Blake Robertson.
Only 2 lefties in the lineup today for the Otters, Blake Robertson and Logan Brown. Blake Robertson, definitely a happy camper today after his Oklahoma Sooners won the College World Series last night. Blew out UNC 13-2 in Game 3 of the final series. So congrats to good B-Rob. Last time the Otters were, or not the Otters, Oklahoma was in the College World Series was when Blake Robertson was there, and he was batting in the 3-hole in Game 1 of that series. That was against Ole Miss. Oklahoma did end up dropping that series, but still, now they have baseball championship number 3 this year. 1-1-2 Robertson is a little outside for ball 2. Robertson's hitting .241. Now in his 24th game, he had an 0 for 4 day with 2 strikeouts on Sunday, but he had a nice 3 for 3 day on Saturday. 2-1 is called an outside strike, and Robertson will call his hitter's timeout. Robertson at Oklahoma in that 2022 College World Series year hit .300 in 69 games, was the Big 12 newcomer of the year. And then he ended up getting drafted in the 7th round of the 2022 draft by the Rays. A lot of guys got drafted there. I think the biggest name that people will know, Cade Horton of the Cubs. He was on that Oklahoma team in 2022. That is ball 4, and we have our first base runner of the day as Blake Robertson works a walk. For the first time today, a runner is on base. Robertson on first with 1 out for TJ Salvaggio, as TJ, 5-game hitting streak, has a hit in all of his last 5. Overall, 8 for 21. First Otter this season to homer in back-to-back games. Homered on Friday, didn't play Saturday, and then homered again on Sunday. I think that still counts, right? Should, at least. Those 2 home runs, though, were his only 2 hits of the series. He ended up finishing 2 for 9. Robertson on first. First pitch was a ball to Salvaggio, and the 1-0 is called a strike. Salvaggio quietly has now the team lead, tied with Dennis Pierce in home runs with 7. Popped up, right side of the infield. Carr doesn't know where it is, so Cerny will make the catch out in shallow right field for out number 2. Carr was putting his hands up. He had no clue where that one was.
The Edward Jones leadoff batter
Picking him
of the
up, though,
game
was
is the
Cerny,
fielder,
and that's out number
number
2. We're
John
back to the top of the
Ponder.
lineup in John Ponder. Turner, 26 years old. He's from Ellijay, Georgia, north of Atlanta, a little near the Georgia-Tennessee border. It's his first season with Joliet. Mentioned he's played now for all 3 Chicago area teams in the Frontier League. Last year was his second professional season, his first in the Frontier League. Oh, 1 here with Robertson still at first, 2 outs. Check swing, he did go around on an inside pitch. It's 0-2. Started the year with Schaumburg, Turner did. He had a 5.67 ERA and 79 1/3. Spent most of his season with Schaumburg. But ended up getting traded to Windy City, along with a player to be named later for Caleb Rydell, who we saw when we played Schaumburg. Called strike 3, and that is out number 3, as that is strikeout number 5 already for Eric Turner, and now he's thrown 3 scoreless as well. But we did have a base runner finally, the walk to B-Rob. Still no hits, though, and no runs as we hit the 4th on the Otters Digital Network.
Brothers. On the third base side, we got Rocco. Over here, we got Luca. We'll see your big brother Luca. We got Rocco. Gonna spin around that bat 10 times, build himself an artisan DLT. Ingredients go on in any order. The important thing is that it's delivered with everything in between the buns. You ready over there? Ready over here? Let's go! Oh, it's a lot more fun with the bat having to stay on the ground. All right, Luca's got ability to just chill and taking his time. Rocco is almost built. And the delivery, tip not included. Your winner, Luca. Rocco just left his. He's like, that's your stand. The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's because authentic.
The 4th inning is brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, Sheet Metal Workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information.
First birthday to Betty Greathouse. Let's give Betty Greathouse a big round of applause celebrating birthday 91 years at the ballpark. Happy birthday, Betty. Leading off, top of the order to you for Joliet, the shortstop 18, Ian Paglia.
Well, we did figure out here the player situation over at first base. Sometimes teams have players doing the first base coaching. That is Ryan Daly at first, as the first pitch is called strike to Battipaglia, who is leading off here back at the top of the lineup for the second time after 3 perfect innings for Encarnacion. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Battipaglia is currently on a 17-game hitting streak. He's hitting the ball well for Joliet. There's a fly ball in a right center field, and that'll drop in for extra bases. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Battipaglia into second base. And the first hit for either side leads off the 4th, as Battipaglia is now up to an 18-game hitting streak.
Second baseman, 12, Tyler Cerny.
Tyler Cerny now up with a runner on second and nobody out. Joliet looking to strike first here in the top of the fourth. Luis Reyes, the third base coach for Joliet, also the hitting coach for the Slammers. Popped up, foul ground. Dennis Pierce has space, has shade as well, and he'll make the catch falling over. A little bit of a weird back pedal there, but he's able to make the grab for out number one, and it keeps Battipaglia at second base.
Right fielder, 34, Blake Berry.
Blake Berry now with one out, one on in scoring position. 0 for 1 in with Risp to start for Joliet. First pitch called a strike to Blake Berry. Blake Berry's 28 years old. Birthday was just 3 days ago. It was on Saturday. On his birthday, he went 1 for 4, drove in 2 runs against Florence. Little low and away, and it's 1-1. Berry from Fountain Valley, California. Was with Santa Rosa Junior College for a couple of years, transferred to San Jose State, then was with Bellevue in Nebraska for 2020. That was his last collegiate year. Only played 9 games. There's a fly ball into deep right field. Going back is Linscott, and that will get out of the yard. Blake Berry has reached double-digit home runs as his 10th of the year. Puts Joliet on the board first. It's 2-0. Well, Blake Berry has a very large percentage of the home runs for Joliet in total, and he got another one here. Number 10 RBIs, number 38 and 39, and Joliet has a 2-0 lead here in the fourth. First pitch outside to Jackson Valera. Well, it was a very good start to the outing for Encarnacion, but all it took was 3 batters, and now Evansville are having to try and come back here from down 2-0. 2-0 here already to Valera. Called a strike, it's 2-1. Valera from Valencia, Venezuela. Was in the Yankees organization for a little bit. Also with the Tampa Bay Rays. That one's inside for ball 3. Three-one. Grounder over to Salvaggio at short. His throw on to first is in time for out number 2. Jackson Beeman.
Center fielder, 7, Jackson Beeman.
Jackson Beeman was with Missouri State this year. Spent a lot of time in the Midwest, Mizzou, Iowa, Missouri State. He's hitting .302 this year. Now in his 15th game. He signed back on June the 5th. He's currently at a 6-game hitting streak. First at bat, though, he struck out swinging. 1-0 swung on and missed. 12 walks compared to 17 strikeouts for Beeman so far this year. One. Call a strike. Beeman, 24 years old. He's from Lincoln, Missouri. And Lincoln, Missouri is a very small place. It is a population of 1,150. It's a little bit southeast of Kansas City. And that is strike 3 as he swings and misses. 4th K for Encarnacion to end the top of the 4th inning. But Blake Berry, a 2-run homer. And Joliet now takes the lead first. It's 2-0 on the Otters Digital Network.
It's It's time to show us your best smiles for the HRI Dental Smile Game. Over 300,000 members trust HRI Dental, based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. HRI Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep smiling with HRI Dental. And there we just saw a glimpse of our birthday girl celebrating 91 years. Great to have Betty Greathouse here at beautiful Bossy Field. Again, happy birthday to Betty. And we're going to give a big round of applause to our volunteer out on the field as they help brush off the bases. Look at those pearly white shine. This is the Sheet Metal Workers Local 20 fourth inning. For 138 years, sheet metal workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information.
Bottom of the fourth here in Evansville. The Slammers have a 2-0 lead after the 2-run homer from Blake Berry, his 10th of the year. Not too many guys in double digits in terms of home runs so far this season, but, well, Blake Berry is now one of them. Take a look at the home run leaderboards here. It is Felix Stevens who is first. Felix Stevens is on New Jersey. Derek Bender's behind him with 11. On Brockton, tied with Bryson Horn and Andrew Check, as well as Sean Roby Jr. of Sussex. And then Fritz Genther and Kyle Crowell are at 10. And Blake Berry joins the party. First pitch outside for ball 1 to Amani Jones. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Already 5 strikeouts for Turner. That is more Ks than he's had in each of his last 5 outings. Only had 1 against Windy City on the 16th. Called a strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 grounder over to short. Battipaglia will toss on over to first. And that's in time for out number 1.
First baseman, number 10, Dennis Pierce.
And I'll bring up Dennis Pierce for at bat number 2. Grounded out over to third, over to Patrick Ward in the first inning. That ended the first. Season high strikeouts for Eric Turner is 6. That was in his first outing, in which he threw 6 scoreless with 6 Ks against Gateway on May 12th. It's already close to matching that here through 3 1/3. He's been doing good against a pretty solid Evansville offense that's been hitting the ball really well the past week. One and one here to Pierce. So only 4 games for Eric Turner after getting traded to Windy City. He was back on August 11th, and Windy City didn't end up making the playoffs. It's a very unfortunate situation for him because he went from a team that ended up making the Frontier League Championship Series to a team that was last in the conference. Caleb Rydell, the opposite for him. But 4 games with Windy City to end the season. His first game was actually against Joliet. He threw 3 2/3, gave up 4 earned runs, walked 6, struck out 6, and earned the loss. That was his only decision with Windy City. Pierce fouls one back to the netting. It remains at 1-2. His first collegiate season was after his last college season at Kentucky State. He was in the American Association with the Chicago Dogs. So he has for real played in every Chicago independent league team. Even the ones in different leagues. So that one is low and away. It's 2-2. Chicago Dogs, Windy City, Schaumburg. He needs a medal or something. He just loves Chicago. He's not even from the area. He's from Ellijay, which is in Atlanta, or near Atlanta at least. 2-2. There's a fly ball into deep center field. Beeman will make the catch. It was a liner. Didn't hang up high enough, as that will be out number 2. I'll bring up Logan Brown.
The catcher, number 28, Logan Brown.
Flew out to right field in his first at bat for Logan Brown, and he's currently 0 for 1. Otters still have yet to grab a hit here through 3 2/3. Logan Brown was close, flew one out over to right field to Barry. Shows the bunt, pops it up, and making the grab is Turner for out number 3. Tried to bunt for a base hit, didn't end up working out. 4 hitless innings for Eric Turner, and Joliet still up 2-0, heading to the 5th on the Otters Digital Network.
Southwest Graphics, Evansville Otterville.
Left fielder, 22, Cam Pseudo.
Fifth inning, Otters are down 2-0 here after the 2-run homer for Blake Berry. First pitch is called a strike to Cam Pseudo, who leads it off. Pseudo hitting .331. He flew out to shallow right field to end the second inning. Already down 0-2 quickly here against Encarnacion. Pseudo, 23 years old. He's from Marietta, Georgia. A couple of Georgia guys on this team. Popped up foul. Foul ball brought to you by Ed's Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
An overhead foul ball, brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
There we go. Keeps on keeping on. Fly ball into right field. Lynn Scott is going to make the catch for out number 1. It's been a relatively easygoing game. I feel like we're having a very chill day today. Nothing too crazy. It was a home run, but otherwise, it's been a lot of good pitching so far today. Just that one mistake pitch from Encarnacion, but Turner's pitching very well against the Otters offense. Has yet to give up a hit. Only base runner was the walk to Blake Robertson. First pitch, a strike to Peyton Carr. Carr, 24 years old. He's from Fort Myers in Florida. Was a 10th round draft pick in 2024 by the Twins. Foul tip into the glove. It's 0-2. Last year, he actually spent the season with Fort Myers. The Mighty Muscles is his hometown team. Fouled away. It's going to remain at 0-2. That season, he hit .226 in 84 games. His best month was July, in which he hit .286, hit a homer, drove in 10. Actually got sent up to high A with the Cedar Rapids Colonels on September 5th. Played 3 games there to end the season. That was against Quad Cities. He ended up going 1 for 8 in those 3 games combined. He was a lot better against lefties than righties. Hit .321 against lefties and .199 against righties. Got released on October 9th after that. Ended up signing with Gateway before getting traded to Joliet. So that one will miss inside. And Carr thought it was ball 4. It was not. He ended up even tossing the bat as well. It's one of those where it's not like a one where you toss the bat and it's called a strike. You toss the bat and it's a ball. It is a ball. You were right, but it wasn't not the right number ball. Even the bat boy grabbed the bat as well. There's a fly ball into center field. Ponder, a diving catch. Some more good defense out in center from John Ponder. And that's out number 2. Thought for sure that one was dropping. John Ponder. Should have known that Ponder was going to grab that one. Out number 2. First pitch is called a strike to Patrick Ward. Ward, his first professional season. He's from Stuart, Florida. Joliet gets a lot of their guys from the South, been realizing. Fly ball, infield, somebody call it. Salvaggio makes the grab for out number 3. Nice little comeback inning for Encarnacion after giving up the home run. Another back to business. 1-2-3 inning with 3 flyouts. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, already halfway home. And it's 2-0 Joliet on the Otters Digital Network.
Black and Addison, Addison in the deal. They're going to be hula hooping away for 30 seconds. Whoever does the best job is judged by our neighborhood friendly Otter Bells will be your winner. You ready? You set? Go. Cheer them on, everybody. You know you can't do this. Oh, Blake can do this. A lot harder to lift it. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. It was close, but I think Blake's our winner. Good try, both of you. Let's hear it.
This is the Buffalo Wild Wings. 5th inning. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine in only on their Evansville location, 5405 Pearl Drive, 715 North Street Road for details.
5th inning is brought to you by B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive or 715 North Green River Road for details.
Right fielder, number 5.
Well, the Otters are going to have to get some offense going here. They still have yet to get a base hit as they are down 2 here against Joliet. The double by Battipaglia and the homer by Blake Berry that scored both him and Battipaglia is the difference in this one in terms of the hits and the runs column. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Slammers. Sam Linscott leads off. Linscott, Gonzalez, and Castillo against Turner as that swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, Turner's looking more like the June 10th version of Turner in this outing rather than the June 16th. Last collegiate season at Kentucky State, he had a 5.34 ERA in 60 2/3 innings. His best season with Kentucky State was 2023, 3.78 ERA in 81 innings. Kentucky State in Frankfort, Kentucky, which is the capital. Check swing did go around. It's 1-2. Before that, he was with Tabor, which is in Hillsboro, Kansas, a little bit north of Wichita, and then Seward County for his first 2 seasons. Seward County is in Liberal, Kansas, which like the place is called Liberal. It's a little bit across the Oklahoma border from the Panhandle in Oklahoma. Weird place the Panhandle is. A little bit of a defensive swing foul. What goes on in the Oklahoma Panhandle? Does anything really go on over there? What do they do there? I feel like they commit acts of tomfoolery over there, and we should kind of be more aware of what goes on there. You never know. They could be doing some wild things. Grounder to short, Battipaglia. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. That'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez.
Third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez.
Gonzalez so far is 0 for 1. He has a strikeout so far. And Eric Turner has found a way to absolutely mow down this lineup so far today. But just need the one hit. One hit is going to already bring the tying run up. Up the pitch count, maybe get to that bullpen. First pitch called a strike, and it's 0-1. Two nothing here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's been a very quick one so far. There's a ground ball over to second base this time. Cerny will toss to first, and that's out number 2. First 2 down here yet again, and that will bring up LG Castillo.
Number 6, LG Castillo.
Well, if this score holds, this will only be the second 2-game home losing streak of the season. The first one was the doubleheader against Washington all the way back on May 13th. We're playing Washington next week here at home. A little low and away. As we near the All-Star break, it's Joliet, then at Florence, back home against Washington, then a 6-game roadie at Joliet and Gateway, and then 3 against Sussex County before the All-Star break. Which I'm sure, with how the Otters have been playing this season, we will certainly get at least 2 or 3 of them, right? Gotta have some. A good amount of All-Stars this year. 2-0 to Castillo is just outside for ball 3. Only base runner for the Otters have had so far is from the guy on deck in Blake Robertson, who walked. Castillo in a good hitters count, though, 3-0. Saw a couple of guys on Sunday swing 3-0, including Jones, who got a hit, but that is way inside, and a 4-pitch walk to Castillo. The Otters have their second base runner of the day. The first base runner now up with a runner on first and 2 outs. Blake Robertson.
Number 31, Blake Robertson.
Oh, Castillo is prone to stealing. He's 5 for 7 this year, and he stole a couple bags against Mississippi. See if he does the same thing here against Joliet. First pitch is called a strike. Robertson playing left field today. It is only the second time he's played left field this season for the Otters. Usually isn't really an outfielder. Hasn't been an outfielder this season, and if it has been, it's been in right field. He's mostly either been a first baseman or a DH, but Dennis Pierce is at first base, and LG is DHing today. So, they don't have space. They don't have a left fielder. Linscott's playing right field. And Robertson's definitely not playing center because Ponder still exists. Throw back is not in time. Heidel definitely thought that they got him. He was halfway to the dugout by the time he made the call safe there. They know Castillo can go if he needs to. 0-2 here, though. Good pitcher's count against Blake Robertson. Turner kicks and deals. Fouled back to the netting. With the walk, Robertson now 13 walks compared to 22 strikeouts this season. Turner's still at 5 Ks, so he's up to 29 with now 18 walks. This is as many walks as earned runs given up this season. This outing will definitely lower that ERA from 5.12. 0-2 again is just outside. Turner 6 2/3 scoreless against Mississippi. His best outing. He gave up 4 hits in that one. He still has not given one up here today. Looking like he might go to the 7th. That is just high. Good take from B-Rob. 2-2 with 2 outs. 2-0 Joliet here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Otters have been ice cold today on the offensive side. 2-2. Runner goes high for ball 3. Throw is high and not in time as Castillo will take second base. LG steal number 6. He's now 6 of 8 on the year and first man for the Otters to reach scoring position today. 3-2, 0-2 to 3-2 for Robertson, looking to possibly walk for the second straight time to bring up a very nice clutch hitter in TJ Salvaggio with 2 on and 2 outs. Payoff pitch is away for ball 4. Great at bat for Robertson as he walks for the second straight time. So 3 walks issued for Turner. And that puts the tying run on first base. Otters are a very good 2-out hitting team. Salvaggio, in particular, has 7 2-out RBIs, but we'll have a quick mound visit, which means we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Lake Erie, Mississippi are tied up at 2 in the 3rd inning. Florence is beating Gateway 2-1 in the 5th. Schaumburg is winning 12-1 over Sussex in the 4th inning. It appears Schaumburg is sick and tired of being called a bad offensive team on the road, and they've decided to take out all of their anger on Sussex County. Apologies to the Miners. New Jersey and Trois Rivières tied up 6-6 in the 4th inning. Brockton's beating Down East 3-2 in the 5th. Ottawa and Quebec are tied up at 5. Ottawa and Quebec played a series this weekend at Ottawa, and now they're playing each other again at Quebec. Tri-City's beating New York 5-4. That game is in the 7th inning. And an early game as Washington ended up beating Windy City 8-3. That game I think was at 9 or 10:30. So a very early one there. First pitch is called a strike to TJ Salvaggio. Flew out to Cerny in the 2nd inning. Or sorry, the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. 2 on with 2 outs. Check. No, he did not. Makes it 1-1. So Turner's given up now 3 base runners, all of which via the walk. Has now walked 3 batters exactly in 3 of his last 3 outings and 5 of his last 6. One. Breaking ball hits the zone right down the middle, and it's 1-2. Well, Salvaggio could be the first Otter to homer in 3 straight games, and it would put him back on top. Give them the lead for the first time today. One can dream, one can hope, one can hopefully manifest. Ooh, inside. Makes it 2-2. Almost hit him. Thought it kind of clipped him on the hand. I guess it did not, but either way now 2-2 as that one was way up and in. To TJ. 2-2 now with 2 outs. Top of the lineup and John Ponder on deck. Turner kicks and deals. High fastball is fouled away. That was a very high fastball that Salvaggio was able to fight off and stay alive. Castillo on second. Ended up walking and then stealing second, but Robertson walked as well. Puts 2 on here with 2 outs. It's been a good little pitcher's duel here between Encarnacion and Turner. Another 2-2 check, and no, he did not yet again. Makes it a full count, 3-2. Both runners are going here, 3-2 with 2 outs. As it has been a very interesting at-bat here for Salvaggio. A couple of swings that could have been strike 3, but were not. Didn't cross the plane. Now the payoff again from Turner. Fouled away. Another one staying alive. That would have been strike 3. And TJ gets to live for another pitch. Walk would load the bases for Ponder. Would be the 3rd straight walk for Turner. Strikeout would be number 6 and tie his season high. Another 3-2 and another foul ball. TJ just looking for something he can hit or something that's so far out of the zone that he'll be able to bring Ponder to the dish. It was also a very good 2-out hitter. Payoff pitch number 3 will wait as time is called. After time called, Turner issuing another 3-2 pitch. It's called strike 3. Salvaggio goes down looking on an inside strike call. Strikeout number 6 for Turner as he's thrown a no-hitter so far through 5 innings. Did walk 2. Neither of them came around to score. We'll head to the 6th on the Otters Digital Network.
Tomorrow for Bingo Wednesday. Fans can play baseball bingo throughout the game for a chance to win a fun prize. Matthew, do we know what the fun prize is? Matthew tells us it's TBD, which sounds real nice. So join us tomorrow for that opportunity to win our TBD prize. And you can tomorrow enjoy $2 general admission tickets and 50% off boneless wings all night long. Tickets available at EvansvilleOtters.com or by calling 812-435-8686. Don't forget to check out the Otterston Team Store. Say hello to my good friend Edie down there. Saw all the latest merchandise and apparel. Never too early to start thinking about Christmas. Or someone's birthday has to be coming up in the next month. And it's time for the United Fidelity Bank 6th inning. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and service you deserve since 1914. On Christmas in July. Leading off for the Joliet Slammers, the catcher, 15, Brandon Idell.
Sixth inning is brought to you by United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. 2-0 Joliet as the first pitch to Heidel is grounded over to short. And the throw will get away from Pierce. It's going to get all the way to the fence as Heidel will head into second base. Now, the Otters had 4 errors, which was a season high on Sunday, and now they have one here today on the errant throw from Salvaggio at short. Now that'll bring back up the top of the order in Battipaglia. Battipaglia extended his hitting streak now to what is on the back of his jersey. 18-game hitting streak for him. After a double in the fourth, he's 1 for 2. Struck out in the first, but his double, he ended up coming around to score on the 2-run homer from the only lefty in the lineup, Blake Berry. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Battipaglia, second season with Joliet. He hit .298 last year. 96 games. That is over the leap of Jones at second base. Is going to get into center field. A little bit of a late start for Heidel, so he'll get the stop at third. And Battipaglia has a multi-hit game. 2 for 3 as he singles, and it's runners at the corners with nobody out. For Tyler Cerny. Cerny only in his 5th game of his professional career. He has 2 flyouts so far today. 1 to short, 1 to first. Both of them have been in the infield, as we'll have some movement in the bullpen from the Otters. First pitch fouled back to the screen. Cerny from Greenwood, Indiana, a little bit south of Indianapolis. Indiana for 3 years, and he was mostly known for a little bit of a weird reason, a weird stat. He has the Indiana program record for hit by pitches with 45 of them. Last year with Indiana, he got hit by 20 pitches after hitting .281 in 55 games. 28 games only for with Kentucky for Cerny this year. Hit .333. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. That Kentucky team finished 33-23. 13-17 in the conference. Still ended up making a regional, though. They had a 13-game winning streak between late February and mid-March. That one misses high for ball 2. They did play a series against the Evansville Purple Aces. 1, 2 of 3 there. They lost in the first game of the SEC tournament, but ended up getting an at-large bid to the Morgantown Regional with West Virginia. 2-2, another high pop-up on the infield. That one went a mile in the air, and Salvaggio will make the catch when it comes down for out number 1. So 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts to the infield for Cerny as he just keeps on getting under the ball today. That'll bring up Blake Berry, who is had the difference in this one. And one swing of the bat made it 2-0, and that's kind of where we're standing at right now. You're in the 6th. Now has 2 on with 1 out. First pitch called a strike. Last year with Joliet, he only had 40 home runs in 83 games, and he's in game 34 now, and he has 10. So maybe he just got some muscle. Maybe he went to the gym. Maybe, I don't know what happened, but either way, he's really hitting the ball with some good power now in 2026. Because he does not have another professional season with 10 homers at all. Oh, that one's going to get past Logan Brown. Coming in to score from third is Heidel, and that'll make it a 3-0 game. Joliet extends their lead here in the 6th inning after a wild pitch from Encarnacion. Advancing to second as well is Battipaglia. Battipaglia leads the team in stolen bases by a pretty wide margin. He's 25 of 28 this year. Didn't need to steal second in order to advance, but could possibly steal third. 2-2 here to Barry. Professional career for Blake Berry started off in the Pecos League with the Tucson Saguaros in 2020. Rip foul.
Just a friendly reminder to keep an eye out for foul balls. They can travel at
Saguaros, he had a 2.59 ERA. What am I saying? 2.59 average in 25 games. Ended up joining the Houston Apollos for 2021 in the American Association. Grounder past the dive of Jones into right field for a base hit. Battipaglia will come around to score. And an RBI single for Blake Berry. He's driven in 3 of the 4 runs now that have scored for Joliet as they now lead it 4-0 here in the 6th inning. Seems as though they have a hot dog hat in the dugout for everybody on Joliet that scores. It's not necessarily a home run celebration, but more of just a run scoring celebration. As JD Encarnacion will get the boot here. He's responsible for the runner on first, but right now he comes out of the game 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. No walks and 4 strikeouts as we have a pitching change here from Bossy Field. We'll take a quick break here on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters with a call the bullpen, 21. Andrew Garcia in to pitch. Garcia on the mound. Ground behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North River Road, 812-475-9000. Tell them Zane from the Otters sent you.
Andrew Garcia is the next pitcher in for the Otters. Replacing JD Encarnacion, he'll inherit the runner at first. Garcia currently at a 3.86 ERA. In 21 innings, he has 25 strikeouts compared to only 17 walks. The walks are have been a bit of an issue for Garcia, but he's been able to manage it a little bit well. Threw a scoreless frame in his last outing on Friday against Mississippi. That was after what was probably his worst outing of the season, which was on the 17th against Lake Erie. Inning in 2/3, gave up 4 earned runs, but still ended up getting the win. So that's always nice. Garcia had a perfect 5-0 record. Leads the team in wins. He's coming in here with a runner on first and 1 out against Valera after a ball call. Now it's ball 2 on the fastball. Garcia from Lancaster, 27 years old. He was with Antelope Valley College and the University of Antelope Valley, both of those in his hometown. Then spent a few seasons in the Pioneer League as that one backs Valera out of the way, but it was called a strike. Might have fooled him a little bit on the breaking ball, makes it 2-1. Runner on first in Blake Berry with 1 out. A little bit outside. Blake Berry only 1 for 1 on stolen bases, so doesn't run too much, but Runs when he needs to. Lancaster, California, just north of LA. That will miss for ball 4. Not the best start here for Garcia as he ends up walking the first batter he sees, and it advances Blake Berry to second base.
7, Jackson Beeman.
I'll bring up Jackson Beeman. 2 on with 1 out. 2 runs already in here for Joliet in the top of the 6th inning. Made it 4-0. Wild pitch and an RBI single. First pitch swung on and missed. Blake Berry's driven in 3 of the 4 runs for Joliet as he is seeming to be the early problem here for the Otters. Him and Battipaglia, as he is now 2 for 3 as well. Both of them have combined for 4 of the 5 hits for Joliet. The other hit was I don't know actually. They might only have 4 hits. It says 5 on the scoreboard, but I don't see 5 on mine. Maybe that error was changed to a hit. Second for 1, on to first for 2. 5-4-3 DP gets Andrew Garcia out of the inning.
There's his bottom.
Nice double play there. Around the horn as we head to the bottom of the 6th. The Slammers did score 2 more, though, and they now lead at 4-0. The Otters still searching for their first hit of the day on the Otters Digital Network.
How about 17 and 18? Play ball with the Hoosier Lottery and please play responsibly.
Well, speaking of sections, I'm in section M, way down here by the Otters bullpen. I got a father and son team, Asa and Adam. They are going to attempt to answer tonight's trivia question. If so, they win a prize. If not, I gotta give Adam one for that mustache anyway. All right, so let's put it on the board. Where did Tom Hanks go to college? Oh man, those would be easy. Long Beach State, UC Santa Barbara, Juilliard, or Sacramento State. Oh,
By the way, Sacramento State is going to be in the MAC playing football this year. Have fun with that on Wednesday nights.
do you have a guess? Number 2, UC Santa Barbara. Oh, I see what you did there, Zane.
I tried to give a hint. Action. Tom Hanks is going to be watching Sacramento.
We are
State
here in the bottom
State
of the 6th inning.
on ESPNU on a
Eric
Tuesday
Turner
night,
still in the
November
game. He has yet to
28th.
give up a base hit so far today. It'll be the top 3 in the order. John Ponder, Monty Jones, Dennis Pierce, as Turner will face them for the 3rd time. There is some people warming in the bullpen for Joliet, but
Center fielder number 3, John Ponder.
I don't see why you would take Turner out of the game at this point. He's out to 75 pitches. The Otters have had a lot of good at-bats against Turner, but they have just yet to get that base hit. Maybe this inning is the time to do it here in the bottom of the 6th. Swinging a miss for Ponder for strike 1. Ponder has 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. 6 Ks for Turner matches his season high. Little outside. Ponder now is tied with both 28 walks and 28 strikeouts this season after his 2. 1-1's fouled back. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
A run on that overhead foul ball is brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
Yep. Indeed. That is what I've been saying. 1-2 here to Ponder from Turner. Little high and away on the fastball. Well, Joliet usually gives up 9.11 hits per 9 heading in today's game, which is 13th in the league, so they do give up a good amount of hits. And there's one of them. John Ponder leads off, and the Otters finally have their first hit of the day to lead off the 6th inning. We will not be getting no hit today. Only we throw no hitters. We don't get no hits. That is not a part of the plan. The Ponder on first. He's 18 for 24 on stolen bases this season. So if he takes second here, never know. Could bring in that first run. Otters, good comeback team at home. Going first pitch, throw to second base is in time for out number 1. There's a little bit of a pitch out for Heidel, and the throw is perfect. Beat him by about half a step, and Ponder gets caught trying to steal second base. But at least Ponder did get that first hit, so we don't have to worry about that old chestnut. But base is empty here with 1 out for Amani Jones. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Jones has a strikeout swinging in the first inning, has a ground out to short in the dirt. Speaking of short, Battipaglia is in shallow center field right now. A little bit of a shift. Cerny's over on the outfield grass as well. Very big gap in between first and second base. If you can pull one through there, get yourself a base hit. 2-1. Fouled away. That one was off to the left side. Let's take a look who's warming in the bullpen for Joliet. Pretty easy to see the numbers of Joliet, so that's always nice. That is Carlos Soto in the bullpen for Joliet. So it looks like he'll be first out of the pen. Turner is only giving up the 1 hit now through 5 1/3. There's a base hit right in between first and second. What did I tell you? Back-to-back singles for Ponder and Jones. That'll bring up Dennis Pierce, runner on first and 1 out. Pierce 0 for 2 today. Ground out to third, lined out to Beeman in center. Haven't seen too much of Sudo in left field. He's gotten 1 fly out from Castillo. Otherwise, haven't really spoken about him defensively too much today. Throw back to first is not in time. Monty Jones, 1 for 4 on stolen bases, so hasn't necessarily been the best in terms of stealing. Now then again, the Otters, not necessarily a stolen base team. Another throw back, though, and that's already 2 disengagements. So they seem to be a little bit threatened, at least, by Jones at first. First pitch to Pierce after a couple throwbacks is inside for ball 1. Turner up to 86 pitches. The pitch count, didn't realize how high it was up until this inning, but it is getting up there. Not even sure if he'll get the 7th. Big swing and a miss for strike 1 against Pierce. Nobody up in the Otters bullpen. Andrew Garcia will most likely get the top half of the 7th inning. 1-1. Called strike 2. I think it is very funny that the Bossy faithful is arguing on a pitch that was almost right down the middle. Like, guys, it was a strike. Let's calm it down a little. You know, people start drinking and all that. It definitely gets funnier as the game goes on. There's a high fly ball that'll go foul. Remains at 1-2 against Pierce.
An overhead foul ball brought to you
Tomorrow
by
is Dennis Pierce's
Success
100th professional game. So that'll be a cool little milestone for him. Pierce also leads the team in multi-hit games with 15 multi-RBI games and 2 out RBIs, except there's only 1 out here, so not sure if he leads the team in 1 out RBIs. He's definitely up in the pitch count further for Turner as he fouls another one off. He's got 32 RBIs in total, which is just 1 behind TJ Salvaggio for the team lead. Some more fun with the heads construction read. One, two. Jones still on first. There's a ground ball over to short, batted Paglia. Toss to second for 1, on to first for 2. And it's a 6-4-3 double play that gets Turner out of the 6th inning. So 6 scoreless for Eric Turner, and what possibly might be his last inning. See if he comes out for the 7th. Either way, we'll head to the top of the 7th. Garcia's back out there. 4-0 Joliet on the Otters Digital Network.
Whichever one crosses the finish line first, that item will be half price for the rest of the game at third base concessions. Food, are you ready? Set, go! More ice cream. Oh, the burger with the hose. The hot dog is chewy, bad wiener. Oh, walking backwards through the high step. Through the jump rope is the burger. Oh, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, turkey burgers, salmon burgers. Anything that's a burger. Half price, third base concession only until the final pitch. Brought to you by Hot Dog Walking.
Skip the line or make for the comfort of your own home with self-service options and Heritage Brown Partner of the Evansville Otters. This is a Jacobs Pub. 7th inning. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out first Fridays on North Main. Jacobs Pub at 607 North Main Street. Lead off 22, the left fielder, and Sudu.
Seventh inning, first pitch a little inside on the fastball to Pseudo. Cam Pseudo leading off here. Little outside, it's 2-0. First professional season for Pseudo as he was with Kennesaw State last season. 257 in 58 games. As he fouls one back. Pretty good season. 11 home runs, 36 RBIs, 22 walks compared to 63 strikeouts. Got a hit in his first game with Kennesaw State against Rutgers, as that will hit him. So Pseudo will head to first on the HBP. There's another fastball, got a little too inside, and that'll put the leadoff man on first for Peyton Carr. Peyton Carr was a 10th round draft pick after his 2024 season at High Point. He spent all of his collegiate seasons with High Point, but in his last season he hit .417. It was only 27 games, but still .417. He had an injury at the beginning of the season, so you can't really fault him for that. Started all 27 games, was the DH. Throwback is not in time. Only had 3 hitless games out of the 27 for High Point. Included 12 multi-hit games. He actually had more 3-hit games than hitless games for High Point. Which, if you do that, you gotta be a draft pick somewhere. His first team all conference, Big South Player of the Week one time as well. So he was very good with High Point. Only played 1 game the year before as well. Popped up. Right side of the infield, Amani Jones is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Most games he got with High Point was 56 in 2022. Patrick Ward will stand in for his third at-bat. He's 0 for 2 as a strikeout, looking in a fly out to Salvaggio at short. Runner on first and pseudo with 1 out. First pitch a little outside. Pseudo 11 for 12 on stolen bases, so definitely a likely candidate to try and take a bag here. Has not gone quite yet. 1-0. Have a quick delivery for Garcia, so maybe not even trying it if Garcia has a very quick windup there. You can kind of see it there. Short, sweet, to the point. That one will get past Brown, and not having to take second base on the steal is Pseudo, as he'll just stroll in there on the wild pitch. He's in a scoring position now with 1 out. Ward was at FAU this past season. Florida Atlantic, he hit .289 in 51 games. 2-1. Popped up foul. It's 2-2. Florida Atlantic this season finished 28 and 28. They won 9 of 10 from the end of February to mid-March. Ended up losing in the first game of the American Conference Tournament against Wichita State. Not the best season for FAU. And Ward hit .289 in that season, 51 games. Also pitched 12 times. Hit a 7.59 ERA in 10 2/3 innings. So can do the whole two-way thing if need be, but he has not pitched yet for Joliet this season. 2-2. Fouled back to the netting. Well, tomorrow's pitching matchup is going to be Landon Williman against Gunnar Kynes. Gunnar Kynes is a very, very interesting character in terms of the Frontier League history. Not interesting in terms of like interesting person, but he could be an interesting person. But he just has a lot of stats in the Frontier League. He's been on a lot of teams. He's kind of like Zach Westcott, where he's been here a very long time. And so he's been on a lot of teams. He's been here a lot of seasons. Got a lot of stuff to talk about Mr. Kynes, the lefty. A little bit low in the dirt, and that's ball 4. Garcia loses Ward, and that'll put 2 on with 1 out for Brandon Heidel, who so far is 0 for 2, but he reached on an error in the 5th and came around, or in the 6th, and came around to score on a wild pitch. Max Peterson will come out there. Nobody's warming in the bullpen, so this won't be a change. But they will get somebody warming, and it looks like it will be Nolan Thebe. Might be a mound visit for a quick warm-up session for Thebe before taking him out. This is the bottom of the lineup here, though, in Heidel. And we'll take a look. We'll revisit the out-of-town scoreboard, see if anything's changed. Mississippi's now winning against Lake Erie, 4-2. Gateway's now tied with the Florence, 3-3. It's 19-1 Schaumburg in the 6th inning against Sussex. What is going on? Let's take a deeper dive into this game. 19-1. What is going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 multi-hit games already. Anthony Calarco is 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs. Actually, 5 guys in the starting lineup have 2 or more RBIs. Popped up foul. It was Jordan Caesar who gave up 8 hits, 11 runs, 10 of them earned.
Choose the best.
And now it is Jorge Garcia, who has thrown 3 1/3, has given up 8 runs. So nearing 20 is Schaumburg. Called a strike. It's 0-2 against Heidel. He's too busy focusing on the Schaumburg game to care about the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard. But we'll get to it at some point, I'm sure. Heidel calls his timeout. Heidel's from Anaheim. He's 24 years old. This is his 3rd season with Joliet. Last year he hit .225 in 62 games. Only went 1 for 8 against the Otters. 0-2. Outside fastball, 93 from Garcia. This year, Heidel, 5 for 35. 2 of those 5 hits have come in his last 2 games. In the dirt, nice scoop from Logan Brown to stop the runners from advancing. And it's 2-2. Hasn't played too many games this season, Heidel hasn't, because he was on the 14-day IL, got placed on the 14-day from May 18th to June 9th. Missed a bunch of time there. 2-2. Just high, and that's ball 3. Garcia at risk of losing another batter here. It was 0-2 against Patrick Ward, ended up walking him. It was 0-2 here against Heidel, and 1 pitch away from walking him as well. Walks have been an issue for Garcia this season. Usually he's been able to limit damage. High fly ball is going to go foul, though, off to the left side, and it will remain at 3-2. 2024 with Joliet, he had a very rough season, hit 178 in 55 games. Those 3 seasons, he only has 5 home runs, including 1 this season. That was on the 18th against Windy City. Another one fouled back. Long at bat here for Heidel. Heidel spent his entire collegiate career at Oakland University, not the Oakland, California one, the one in Michigan. Another payoff here from Garcia. There's a ground ball. It's going to get into right field for a base hit. Rounding third. Coming around to score is Pseudo. And Brandon Heidel now has a hit in 3 straight games, and he brings in his 8th run of the season. Makes it 5-0 Joliet here in the 7th. That might be it for Garcia. Max Peterson will come out there and make the switch. Nolan Thebe will come into the game. As still 2 on with 1 out, Garcia gives up a run. It is the responsibility of both runners on. Patrick Ward at second, Heidel at first. And we'll have a pitching change. So we'll take a quick break here on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters come to bullpen on DB into pitch. Levy's on the mound. Brown behind the plate. It's fired by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319. Brody 12-475-9000. Tell them. Same from the Otters. See you.
Nolan Thebe's into the game here in the top of the 7th. Thebes currently rocking a 2.81 ERA in 25 and 2/3 innings. 15 walks compared to 34 strikeouts. He's having a very good season so far this year. He is tied with Ryan Wiltsey for the team lead in strikeouts. Wiltsey is going to get the start on Thursday in Game 3 of the series. Joliet has taken now a 5-0 lead after an RBI single from Brandon Heidel. And it's back to the top of the order for Ian Battapaglia with 2 on and 1 out as the fans are singing Nolan Thebe's walk-up song. Bit of Creed. Maybe it'll fire him up a little bit here. Knowing the fans are gonna have some fun with it. First pitch called a strike. 91 fastball in the lower half. It's good to know even down 5-0, the fans are still having a very good time. We also got a little bit of a show. There's a ground ball over to short. Salvaggio toss a second for 1. No throw to first as Battapaglia will reach on the fielder's choice. But they get the out at second for out number 2.
Second baseman, 12, Tyler Cerny.
Advancing to third is Patrick Ward. So Ward's on third. Battapaglia's on first. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take second here for stolen base number 26. But there are 2 outs. Tyler Cerny has 3 flyouts, all of them on the infield. Having a rough day 0 for 3. Little low, and it's 1-0. Thebe has 11 scoreless outings. His last outing was on Sunday against Mississippi. He's been pitched a little bit in the Mississippi series, Friday and Sunday. Ended up throwing a combined 3 1/3 scoreless out of the bullpen in that series. Called a strike. It's 1-1. Last year against Joliet, he only threw 2 innings, but both of those were scoreless as well, with 4 strikeouts. 1-1 to Cerny. Just misses low. Makes it 2-1. DB 6'4", 24 years old. From Wilsonville, a little bit south of Portland. Runner goes. There's a fly ball into right center field. Lynn Scott is under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Oh, Nolan Thebe comes in and does not allow any more runs to score, but Joliet did get 1 on the board on the single from Heidel. Time to stretch. 5-0 Joliet on the Otters Digital Network.
Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back and go root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. They sit down, let's get some runs, please. Joliet with a call bullpen. Cody Carlos Soto in the pitch. Soto's on the mound. Heidel behind the plate. Get your batteries powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery. Visit the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319.
7th inning's brought to you by Jacob's Pub. Jacob's Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays at 607 North Main Street in Evansville, Indiana. North Main Street, just down the street from Bossy Field. New pitcher into the game is Carlos Soto. Soto has a 4.76 ERA in 5 2/3 innings, 4 walks compared to 4 strikeouts. Has given up 3 earned runs, 2 of which have come via the home run, and is now in his 5th appearance of the season out of the pen for Joliet. He pitched his first 2 against Mississippi. Gave up 2 earned runs in his first outing. One of them was a home run. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits. Then on the 12th, he threw 2 scoreless against Mississippi. Scoreless inning against Windy City on June 16th, and then on the 19th, which was Friday, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and that one was a home run as well. So early on, prone to the homers for Soto. First season with Joliet, signed on June 9th, a couple of weeks ago. He'll face off against Logan Brown, Sam Linscott, and Marcos Gonzalez first in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Otters have a lot of work to do if they want to keep up with Joliet down 5-0. Already 0-2 against Logan Brown. Logan Brown is 0 for 2 today. He has a fly out to right field and then tried to bunt for a base hit and ended up popping it out to first base. 0-2. Another one fouled away. Soto, 26 years old. He's from Kissimmee, Florida. Was with Southeastern 2020 and 2021, Benedictine Mesa in 2023, and from what I've seen, hasn't played pro ball since 2023. Maybe he played in a little bit of a smaller league between then, but from what I've seen, there's a very big gap between 2023 and this year in terms of playing the old baseball. 1-2, ground ball. It's going to get up the middle past Battapaglia into center field for a base hit. As Logan Brown leads off the 7th inning with a single. Now the Otters see if they can manage a comeback here against the bullpen. Weren't able to really get to Turner that much. They did grab 2 hits to lead off the 6th inning, but neither of them ended up advancing. Actually, both of them were out on the base pass. One of them was a caught stealing. One was the first out of a double play. See if they can bring a run across here with Linscott. Grounder over to third. Throw to second for 1. On to first for 2. And that is a 5-4-3 double play for Joliet. The second double play grounded into by the Otters in 2 innings. And that'll clear the bases and put 2 outs on the board here in the 7th. The Otters have not gotten shut out yet this season. They have 3 shutouts. They have not been shut out yet. And they have 3 innings to make sure that remains true. 3 innings, only 7 outs, though. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gonzalez took strike 1, and now the 0-1 from Soto is foul over to the Joliet dugout. Eight straight scoreless innings for the Otters offense. There's a ground ball over to third. There's Ward again. Throw on to first is in time for out number 3. So leadoff single leads to a 1-2-3 inning for Soto out of the bullpen. As we will head to the 8th, 5-0 Joliet on the Otters Digital Network.
Scheduled for one ball. One ball. It is brought to you by Roberts by the River. Introducing first in the blue, he's a Shakes. And in the red, you don't notice him with his hat on, it's Jackson. It's the guy with the great hair. All right, they're going to attack you each other. First one to not get it over is the winner. The other is the loser. You guys ready? Set, sumo. Oh, sorry for the tape there, buddy. Oh, you're on top. We'll give it to Chase. Sorry, the judges have changed it. It's Jackson. Sorry. I'm not in charge of the things. Sumo is brought to you by by Roberts by the River, saving the flavor of the South of Roberts by the River in Evansville. Do not miss Friday Fish Fry featuring all you can eat crispy fish, hush puppies, fries, and coleslaw for a mere $18. Visit them at 6 Walnut Street or online at robertsbytheriver.com.
Eighth innings brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember who can help with all of your pest control needs. McMahon can. Now the Otters have now been held scoreless for 9 innings. The season high is 10, which happened back in late May against Gateway, the 21st. And they would tie that here if they were held scoreless in the 8th. Though we have to get through the top half of the 8th first. And Nolan Thebe got out of a nice little jam to keep it at 5-0, but it is still 5-0. Swung on and missed. Blake Berry leads it off. It's Berry. It's Valera. It's Beeman. So Blake and 2 Jacksons. Might be a cool little band name. Blake and 2 Jacksons. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Blake Berry has driven in 3 of the 5 runs so far for Joliet. 2-run homer in the 4th, RBI single in the 6th. He's 2 for 3. Did fly out to second base in shallow right field in the 1st. A little outside. It's 2-2. Thebe got Battipaglia to ground into a fielder's choice, and then Cerny to fly out to Lynn Scott in right field to get out of the jam in the 7th. Grounder to first, just fair, as Pierce will tag the bag for out number 1.
Designated hitter.
That'll bring up Valera.
Jackson Valera.
And Jackson Valera, I mentioned before, he's from Valencia, Venezuela. Valencia, west of the capital of Venezuela, Caracas. Valencia's nickname, though, is the Little Detroit, which is definitely a weird place to nickname your city after. Now, no hate on Detroit, of course, but you could have called yourself, I don't know, the Little New York City, the Little Chicago, the Little Los Angeles. The Little Detroit is definitely just like one of those. It's just a weird choice. Maybe they have a very good auto industry. That's why I didn't really do too much research into Valencia. 1-1 here to Valera. Called a strike, and it's 1-2. Valera, though, 34 years old, one of the older guys in the league. Signed a minor league deal with the Yankees in 2009. Got released in 2015. Has just been playing in a lot of different leagues since then. Swung on and missed for strike 3. First K of the day for Thebe, and that's out number 2 in the 8th.
Center fielder, 7th, Jackson Beeman.
Going from a 34-year-old to a 24-year-old, Jackson Beeman. Beeman so far 0 for 3 and risk of losing his 6-game hitting streak. 2 strikeouts and a double play he's grounded into. As Encarnacion finished with 4 strikeouts, 2 of them were to Beeman. Encarnacion had a fantastic first 3 innings, but the home run from Barry ended up just making things bad, and then it kind of got worse in the 6th inning, got him taken out of the game. The offense has yet to do too much today against the Joliet pitching staff of Turner and Soto. It's a very different offense today than what we saw last week, that's for sure. 3 singles is what we got. Oh, the singles stay the same. If there's one thing the Otters can do consistently, it is hit singles. Got him. Back-to-back Ks for Thebe. And he throws a 1-2-3-8 out of the bullpen. We will head to the bottom half of the 8th. 5-0 Slammers on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters fans, it's time for the Legends Zip, brought to you by the Pizza. Whose pizza the most is the love it alive. Mexican inspired pizza. We've got down the right field line, FJ Wrights versus Dimension Boxing versus William Henry Harrison. They're gonna race around the inner warning track, and whoever wins is the superior, the most legendary legend, I shall say. Place your bets. Legends, are you ready? No falling down this time. Get set, go! Harrison in the lead, Bossy second. Oh, sorry, Wright's in second. Wright's in first. Oh, Wright is taking it away. Your winner, F.J. Wright.
Bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be the bottom 3 in the order for the Otters, leading off in the 8th. LG Castillo, Blake Robertson, and TJ Salvaggio. LG and Blake Robertson have combined for 3 walks. All 3 walks issued by Turner went to those 2 gentlemen. Castillo has 1 walk, a stolen base, as well as a fly out to left field in his 2 at-bats. Now facing off against Soto for the first time. Soto back out there for another inning after a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th. First pitch inside, and it's 1-0. The 2023 season for Soto, Benedictine Mesa, 6.75 ERA and 18 2/3. 2 saves, 14 earned runs, 13 walks compared to 19 strikeouts. He really didn't get too much playing time in college. 23 innings at Southeastern in 2023, only 1 game in 2021, and then didn't play in 2022. It was in the Florida Collegiate League in 2019. Sanford River Rats. Pretty solid name. I feel like there's definitely better, though. Was in the Prospect League with the Hannibal Hoots, which I'm pretty sure now are the O'Fallon Hoots. Caught it first on the line by Carr. A little bit of a snow cone catch over there as he just reached out to grab that one. And that's out number 1.
Number 31, Blake Robertson.
It's kind of how the day's been going for the Otters. Nothing really going their way here in game 1, but that'll bring up Blake Robertson. He's walked twice. 0 for 0. One 0 to Robertson. Each time he's walked, both times he has not advanced far from first. Matter of fact, he has not advanced at all from first. 1-1. I think it's Alex Valdez warming in the bullpen for the Otters. We'll most likely get the 9th. No, that's Dawil Almonte. Hey, we'll see the return of Dawil That's definitely a positive. Nice to see Will back in action. See how he does in his first game in over a month. He's been gone for a while. 1-2's in the dirt. TJ Salvaggio on deck. He is 0 for 2 today. Six innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts for Turner today. So he made very easy work of the lineup. That's going to get into right field for a base hit. We'll call it for now. Got off the glove of Cerny at second base. I think it was hit hard enough to warrant it as a base hit. 100 off the bat, and they will call it a hit. So Blake Robertson, 1 for 1 with 2 walks. He's reached 3 times today. Runner on first, 1 out for Salvaggio. Flew out to Cerny at second base and struck out looking in the 5th inning. On a very controversial inside pitch, might I add. So Robertson at first for the 3rd time. We'll see if he advances from first this time. He's reached 3 times today. Well, even with how the offense has been for Evansville, Robertson the only guy to reach in every at-bat on either side today. B-Rob's having himself a good day. It's been a little bit of a weird past few games for Robertson. It's been a very off and on past week. 17th against Lake Erie, 3 for 6. Then the 18th, 0 for 2. On the 20th, 3 for 3. And then on Sunday, 0 for 4. Now today, he's reached 3 times. Hopefully he ends that pattern tomorrow and has himself another good offensive day. As he's definitely hitting the ball a lot better after starting 2 for 23 in his first 7 games. Now 20 hits, 21 after the single. Grounder down the third base line. It is foul. It'll remain 2-2. Two. After the foul ball from Salvaggio. It is just outside, and the count runs full 3-2. Salvaggio finally finding that home run power. It was his 3rd on the Southeastern Louisiana career home run charts. 13 of them last year. And that will miss for ball 4. Fourth walk issued by Slammers pitching, as it'll go back to the leadoff spot. For the 4th time, John Ponder, he broke the no-hit bid in the 6th inning with a single. Ended up getting caught stealing, though. Now has 2 on here with 1 out. And we'll see if we get a switch here. Pitching coach is Tyler Martin. He was looking at the dugout, but will not make the switch here. It'll just be a mound visit. Tyler Martin, the pitching coach. Luis Reyes is the hitting coach. Good amount of hitting coach experience. Was most recently the hitting coach for the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles in 2024 and 2025. Was also an assistant hitting coach in the Venezuelan Winter League for the Caribes de Enzoatagui. I apologize to all of my Venezuelans out there watching. I definitely did not say that right. That is my fault. After the mound visit, first pitch up and ready to fire for John Ponder against Soto. There's a ground ball over to second, under the glove of Cerny into right field. Robertson's getting the round from third. Throw goes to third, and he is out there. But a run does come in. It was a great throw from Barry in right field. But Ponder will head into second base. It'll be a single and a advance on the throw. But either way, Ponder drives in the first run of the day for the Otters. And their scoreless streak will not reach 10 innings. And they will still not have a shutout. Or still not be shutouts in a game this season. All thanks to good old John Ponder. When in doubt, you can always trust that John Ponder is going to get something done for you. First pitch called a strike to Jones. Salvaggio out trying to reach third, so he's out number 2. Runner on second with 2 outs. Not sure that was a double. Might have just been a single. And it was a single and a advancement on the throw. There's a fly ball into right field. Barry started out, came in, and made the catch for out number 3. Well, for the 39th consecutive game, the Otters will not be shut out. But they are still down 4 as we head to the top of the 9th. 5-1 Joliet on the Otters Digital Network.
And it is time for the pull the board challenge. Good old-fashioned tug of war. We got 2 teams. The team on the left of Owen and Eli, they named the teams. So they are Team Sober, and the team of Matt Bentley and his team have a lot of beer. He said especially Bentley. I don't know what that means. So what they're going to do is they're going to pull the rope. Whoever gets the little green piece of tape over the line on the coach's box first will be your winners. Gentlemen, are you ready? Set, go! Oh, good ball blasted. He's going to pull you right over to Hickory Pit Stop. Your winners, Matt and Bentley.
From the bullpen, Almonte. Into pitch. He's on the mound. Ground behind the plate. Pitch catch batteries powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North Dakota Road, 12475 9000.
Pitching change brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find all your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road. They're giving them a call at 812-475-9K. Welcome back to the Otters, Will Almonte. He is here. He is off the IL, and he is ready to go here for the 9th. Good to have him back. Almonte, really nice dude. Very nice guy. Glad that he's back. First pitch is a fly ball that will go foul off to the left side. It'll be Pseudo, Carr, and Ward to lead off against Almonte. He's played in 2 games this season. May 12th against Washington, May 17th against Florence. Swing and a miss. 95. I don't remember Almonte pitching 95 when he was here, when he was starting the season. Either way. Oh, sword got him. Great first at bat Adam Almonte gets him swinging. First strikeout of the day for Da Will, and the first out in the top of the ninth. 7th strikeout for Otters pitching today. So on the 12th against Washington, May 12th, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Gave up 2 homers. Gave up 2 homers in both of his 2 outings before he got the IL stint. First pitch a little high. On May 17th against Florence, he gave up 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 homers, and got the loss against Florence in 2 innings. So definitely not the best start to the season before heading on the IL, but he's looking great so far. It's a very short sample size, of course, but maybe just need a little bit more time to rest and recover, and well, now he's throwing 95 apparently. 1-1 to Peyton Carr. Little low. It's kind of crazy, too, because Almonte only 5'9", and he's able to throw really hard. Two one. Good curveball. Slow roller over to third. Gonzalez throw on to first, and it is not in time as Pierce dropped it at first base.
Third baseman, 1, Patrick Ward.
Now, Pierce couldn't handle the throw at first base, and I think that might be called an error on him. No, it will be a base hit. An infield single for Carr. So he'll reach. Almonte from Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic. Got released by the Asheville Tourists on March 13th. Signed with the Otters 4 days later. After he had a nice career in minor league baseball. 3.47 ERA and 142 2/3. Definitely nothing to scoff at. So that one's a little low. It's 2-0 to Patrick Ward. Signed with the Astros in 2022. Last season, he was with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. He was also with Asheville. There's a fly ball into deep left field. Going back is Robertson, and he will make the catch for out number 2. As heading back to first is Peyton Carr. I feel like that's the first time we've seen Robertson make a play out in left field. He just has not been getting the ball hit to him too much today. Either way, 2 outs, runner on first. That'll bring up Brandon Heidel. RBI single in his last at-bat. Now has a hit in his last 3 games. First pitch is high and inside. Breaking ball got a little too far inside. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1-1. Heidel overall 1 for 3. Reached on an error in the 6th inning. Ended up coming around to score on a wild pitch. Grounded out to short in the 3rd as well. Called a strike. Outer half of the zone. It's 1-2 against Heidel. Monte trying to lower that 12.71 ERA before he hit the IL, which is definitely inflated due to the small sample size. And he'll definitely lower that quite a bit here if he completes this scoreless frame against Joliet. And we'll see who comes in for the bottom of the 9th. Maybe it'll be Soto again. He's been pitching well. Did give up that RBI single, but overall, could just use him to save some bullpen arms. Maybe he can get that 3-inning save. The 3-inning save we all love and adore. Fouled back to the boards. Still 19-1 Schaumburg. Looking like they're about to score 20, but not too sure anymore. Quebec won again. They're now 29-9, which is absolutely insane. 2-2. Another sword. 2 Ks in the inning as Dawil Almonte, after a month, comes back and throws a scoreless ninth. Led to the bottom of the ninth, Otters need 4 to tie, 5 to win. They got 3 outs to work with on the Otters Digital Network.
Joliet, call the bullpen. 41, Casey Odell. In to pitch. Odell's on the mound. Idell. Behind the plate. Odell Idell. 2319 North River Road. 812-475-9000.
Oh, the Otters are 10-3 in series openers. So usually they start off series pretty well, but they're 3 outs away from dropping this one. Still can't take the series if they win the next 2, but they're going to have to be pretty perfect in the next 2 games. It was a great performance, though, from Eric Turner, who, if this score holds, is going to get the victory, with JD Encarnacion getting the loss on the other side, giving up those 4 earned runs. New pitcher into the game is Casey Odell. He is at a 0 ERA. Only 2 innings, though. He's only pitched in 2 games. But is coming in here for the 9th. He'll face off against Dennis Pierce, Logan Brown, and Sam Linscott. Otters scored 1 run in the 8th. Trying to come back from down 5, as that one is outside for ball 1. Odell, 23 years old. His birthday is on Thursday. So he'll be 24, maybe pitching at the end of the series. He's from Gainesville, Florida. Was at Santa Fe Community College for a year before transferring to Florida Southern for 3 years. First season with Joliet signed a week ago today. Swung on a miss, and it's 2-1 to Pierce. Pierce so far 0 for 3. Ground out, line out to center, and a double play in the 6th inning. One-two, ripped back up the middle, but caught there by Cerny. 104 off the bat, but positioned perfectly was Tyler Cerny at second base, and that is the second barrel that Pierce has gotten that has ended up being a line out today. It's been that type of day for the Otters offense. It's a mixture of unluckiness and just good pitching on the side of Joliet. First pitch a strike for Logan Brown. So first professional outing was on the 18th against Windy City. Threw a scoreless frame there. Then threw another scoreless frame against Florence on Friday. Still has yet to get his first professional strikeout. So maybe we'll see that today. 1-1. Little outside. Odell at Florida Southern this season. 3.57 ERA and 35 1/3 innings. Florida Southern in Lakeland, Florida, which is between Tampa and Orlando, which is not really southern Florida. It's kind of in the middle. But I guess they can't really call it. They can call it Florida's. No, they already have a University of Central Florida. I don't know. They could have been more original with the name. Grounder over to second off the glove of Cerny. It's going to get into right field for a base hit. Guessing it'll be a base hit. It would have been a really tough play for Cerny if he was able to scoop it up cleanly. 2 hits now for Logan Brown.
Number 5, Sam Linscott.
First pitch now to Linscott. He's 0 for 3 today. Swing and a miss. Linscott has a strikeout, a ground out to short, and a 5-4-3 double play grounded into as well. Not having the best day offensively. Pretty similar to Marcos Gonzalez behind him. He also has a strikeout and 2 groundouts. Logan Brown, a 2, maybe 3-step lead off of first. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 3-pitch K for Odell, and that is his first professional strikeout. So they're tossing the ball back into the dugout. Congrats to Casey Odell on pro strikeout number 1. Took 3 appearances, but we finally got there. Odell strikes out Linscott on 3 pitches for the big Uno. Popped up second base. Cerny will make the catch, and that'll do it.
Final score, Joliet 5.
Bit of a rough game for Evansville in game 1 of the series as Joliet gets the victory 5-1. It was a great pitching performance from Turner. Soto with 2 out of the bullpen only gave up the 1 run, and Casey Odell shuts the door down as Joliet wins 5-1. They take game 1 of the series, and Evansville falls to 25-14 on the year. Now 2.5 games back of Washington. Still pretty firmly in second place in the Central Division. On the other side, Joliet, with the win, is now above Mississippi in the standings. But if we take a look, Mississippi is winning, so still a chance for Mississippi to take that 4th place spot. Either way, bit of a rough game for the offense. They couldn't do much. They were no hit through the first 5 innings. They got hits, and then those hits ended up being double plays that were the first out of 2 in a twin killing. As they couldn't really get anything going. They got 1 run in the 8th inning on the RBI single from John Ponder to stop themselves from getting shut out at least. So that streak is still alive, but overall, going to have to regroup tomorrow as they face off against Gunnar Kynes, a lefty. Strikes out a lot of guys. It'll be Landon Williman tomorrow against Kynes in game 2. We'll be back here at 6:35. All 3 games of the series are going to be at 6:35 before we head to Florence. The Otters will try to even the series up tomorrow. But for today, this beautiful Tuesday night, on June 23rd. For everybody here with the Evansville Otters, I'm Evan Patoka. We will see you tomorrow for Game 2 of the series between the Otters and the Slammers.